There's a violent intifada that's happening. There's a violent jihad that is happening. Just unbelievable. Well, Happy New Year. Welcome, all of you hopefully truly woke people who actually have a sense of what is going on in our world. I am coming to you from an undisclosed location. Lots going on, but I want to start really just grieving this attack in New Orleans. And as details continue to unfold on this attack in New Orleans, we see that this is an American citizen who was radicalized through his connection to Islam, became radicalized, went from being, as I understand it, a U.S. veteran to now someone who plotted this horrific attack. I believe now the latest death count is at 15 people with 30 others severely injured. But I want to draw this correlation with you for a moment that on January the 1st, okay, so this attack is happening in New Orleans, but what is happening in New York City on January the 1st? What was happening in New York City was identical to what happened when I came back with my kids from Israel right after the October 7th attack. And someone had texted me and said there's a Hamas sympathizing gathering in Times Square. And I went thinking, maybe it'd be 50 people or something. And there were just city blocks filled with people chanting. Well, they decided to start out 2025, these lovers of peace, these people who are looking for rights for the Palestinians, right? Because this is what we're supposed to believe. We're supposed to believe it is such a farce. It is such an absolute joke. How much money has been thrown to the Palestinian leadership? How many peace plans have been offered? But they gathered together in Times Square. And in a moment, I want to ask you a question, a very important question, and I really want to hear your answer. So please hang on. I want to ask you a question. January 1st, demonstrators filled New York City Times Square, screaming out, there is only one solution, Intifada revolution. If you don't know what the Intifada is the violent uprising. I lived in Israel during the second Intifada, where you couldn't, pizza parlors were being blown up and buses were being blown up. And they tried to, the academic co-enablers tried to say, well, Intifada can mean this, Intifada can mean that. Listen, folks, words mean things, okay? Jihad means something. Intifada means something. It might be nice if you're a moderate, modernized Muslim to try to recalibrate those words. But the fact of the matter is, there's a violent intifada that's happening. There's a violent jihad that is happening. And that is what is being called for. And so these demonstrators are in New York. And by the way, they never wave the American flag. No one is there singing God Bless America. Generally, they're burning the Israeli flag and the American flag. These are not peaceful, loving neighbors who are working for the betterment of America. Generally speaking, these are stupid, brainwashed young people who are just going along with a social justice mantra. And then these forces that are genuine, really anarchy is what they are after. They are after a complete dissolution of the United States and of Western society. And of course, in the midst of all that, President Biden decides to give George Soros the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Don't even get me started on that. Just unbelievable. So, but this is what I want you to see the correlation, and then I want to ask you a question. If we don't understand that there is a direct connection between crying out Intifada revolution, from the river to the sea, etc., and the radicalization of this Shamsuddin Jabbar in New Orleans, who picked up that message, who picked up that Intifada message and carried it out. Words have consequences. We saw days before that, the same attack happened in Germany. The identical attack happened in Germany from a Saudi, if I have the facts correct, originally a Saudi Arabian doctor who had immigrated to Germany, carried out the same attack. Folks, Western civilization is under attack. Here's my question to you. I would so appreciate it if you could answer this question for me. What is it going to take for the church in America to truly wake up to this? What is it going to take? What strategy should we implement? What have we not tried? It just is mind-blowing to me that the majority of Christians, and I'm sorry, but the majority of pastors, they don't want to touch anything that has to do with Israel, the Palestinian conflict. They don't want to get involved because that's political. Folks, we're living in a day where they are openly calling for the death of Jews and Christians. The same time, this 3 days before, December the 27th, 83-year-old Ludmila Lipovsky, a Holocaust survivor who had made her life in Israel. She was taking a stroll near her nursing home outside of Tel Aviv, and an Islamic terrorist ran up and screamed out, Allahu Akbar, and stabbed this 83-year-old Holocaust survivor to death. Folks, if you don't see the connection between what's happening at Columbia University, what's happening at Ivy League universities, spilling out into Times Square, seeping into the mindset of this deranged person who kills 15 in New Orleans days after another deranged person kills those in Germany, and this Islamic terrorist murdering this Holocaust survivor. Folks, please wake up. Tell me, what can we do more? What can Eagle's Wings do more? What can I do more? How do we need to shake people out of their slumber and say, this is a time to stand for the God of Israel. This is a time to stand for the land and the people of Israel. This is a time to stand for all of humanity. This is a time to stand for innocent Palestinians. There are innocent Palestinians who have been caught up in this. They've been brainwashed by it. They've been caught up in it. We have to do better than this. So let's pray that 2025, we turn a page and we come into a better place of truly believing for the peace of Jerusalem. God bless you. Happy New Year.